KwaZulu-Natal Premier Nomusa Dube-Ncube has confirmed a fatality in the storms that hit the province yesterday. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan has been following developments there for us, and Karinda, assessments are still being done to take a look at the thorough extent of this damage. But what else did Nomusa Dube-Ncube have to tell us?
Certainly. The Premier speaking about the extent of the damage. We understand just over 30 houses have been totally destroyed and about 200 homes partially destroyed. My colleagues from Kubande will show you the state of Inanda currently as it is as you drive up the highway. On either side you'll see corrugated iron sheets that were once the roofs of homes, now hanging over electricity poles here, and this is the similar situation across the area. There's also a helicopter right now that we understand might be from SAPS or disaster management teams surveying the area by air too. But you'll see various homes missing their roofs right now because, and like a resident told us this morning, the tornado swept up iron sheets as if it were pieces of paper. In fact, one young lady told us that they thought at one point that what they could see were birds and papers flying around, and when they looked closely, they saw that this was in fact iron sheets that were being swept up by the storm. Around us, you can see one gentleman is trying to now take down this iron sheet, and it's a scary process as well because he could be injured. But you'll see mattresses are outside homes. They're trying to dry this off. And even on the other side of the highway, it's the same scene. You can see people sweeping out the water out of their home. It's here in Inanda, Dudu. It's also, we're seeing this happening in Pinetown, Sydenham. Large parts of Durban have been impacted by the floods. There you go. He's got the iron sheet down. One more to go for this gentleman here. And this might probably be used again or repurposed as well. Of course, the situation is that residents need better and stronger housing materials. I'd like you to take a listen to the Premier who briefed the media earlier today here in Inanda.
Our assessment so far is that there are few incidents where people have been injured and have been taken to hospital. There is one fatality that has been registered in the area of Cato Crest, and other people have been referred to various hospitals, including Wentworth and Gandhi here in the north. Our assessment then is going to be establishing those that have been totally destroyed, where we have 36 of them that slept over here in this hall of Amawoti in Ward 53, and then we have about 200 that have been registered so far. Part of that is a mixed bag of those that are partially destroyed and those that are totally destroyed.
So, Dudu, I'm standing by with Pilani, who you saw, he got down the corrugated iron sheets. Tell us about the effort, the work you've been doing from this morning to rebuild.
The problem, I don't understand English.
Please speak in Zulu, sir. Tell us about the work you're doing.
Yeah, we are helping people that's going ngoba izolo badale kanzima abanye destroy ngisho ukudla kwabo yonke into ngoba ngisazoba nzima impela bashawa indawo zokulala yabona nje mungangenhle phele kakhulu izindlu zabo abantu.
Did you see the tornado?
Ngibone kahle ngamehlambi ngiqala ukuyibona nje lo ngazana.
Were you scared?
So much ngoba ngize ngaqasha phansi kwama ramp nje izolo.
Thank you for speaking to us, Pilani. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Pilan Zimande, he is going to continue with the efforts as well. You can see he speaks about the damage that this town of Inanda has experienced, extensive damage, roofs being ripped out of houses, and he saw the tornado for himself with his own eyes. It was terrifying, and for many residents, they say the same thing. It's, of course, very dangerous for the residents to to try and rebuild themselves in the matter of taking down the corrugated iron sheets, but they are trying as well because this is the materials they'll need to rebuild. And similarly across the area, perhaps my colleague Sport can show you here, residents sitting outside their homes, sitting in the warmth of the sun right now, something that was not here 24 hours ago when the storms were lashing down. And with the conversations I've had with many people on the ground, they say it wasn't rain as normal. The rain was lashing down and they had to seek cover because of the torrential rain essentially, and the might of that ultimately causing flooding. And of course we know that around this area, it's not just Inanda but around parts of Durban, similar situations have occurred. Of course now there is an ad hoc parliamentary committee that is in the city today. They had planned this trip to discuss the KZN government's response to flood damage for last year's flood. They did come here this morning in the wake of the tornado that hit this area and the floods. So they have a lot more to speak about, particularly the impact of climate change countrywide, and we're seeing those results here in Durban. It's a coastal city, and of course the major concern right now is that we're seeing more frequent natural disasters, and residents need to be prepared, or they need to be given help to prepare if they can't afford to do so themselves. And meanwhile, I'm seeing that helicopter returning, so certainly the disaster efforts continue just in terms of helping people rebuild.
Karinda Jagmohan, thank you very much for that report.